Well, you look at the First 1-5 Doppler network, and there are some showers and weak thunderstorms around, scattered really all over near the valley and off to the west, south, and north. Most of it not in the valley, though. You see there's a good bit of rain farther to the west in spots and even to the south, but over the valley, most of the rain we've been tracking kind of concentrated right in the same area still, moving across northern Hidalgo County. Some rain and occasionally a couple lightning strikes from near Hargill and along Highway 186 and near US 281 between about Fayetteville and Salmon Well. So the rain kind of drifting along to the west-southwest, still coming down fairly heavily. When we zoom in, the heaviest rain kind of right in there, still coming down at the rate of about an inch per hour. So if that would sit over you for an hour, you would get about an inch of rain, but it's kind of moving along. So about a half an inch to maybe an inch possible in some of the heavier areas here as we go through the next hour or so before the rain moves away. Farther west in Starr County, we showed you some rain by Falcon Lake and a couple of lightning strikes. That's moving off to the west-northwest. But really, anytime for the next couple of hours through about sunset, there could be one of these little bursts of rain or weak thunderstorms popping up and moving along off to the west. But most areas dry. Airport north of Edinburgh only at 78 degrees now where the rain's falling. 90 degrees in Harlingen where it's been drier, and 86 in Brownsville. So kind of warm, kind of humid still. The humidity's way up still for this time of year. So if you are going to football games this evening, and it's kind of the same thing for tomorrow, kind of just watch the skies before and then right around the start of the game to see if there is a shower nearby. But temperatures mainly in the 80s as we get toward the game time tonight around 7:30, and as we get toward about halftime roughly at about 9 o'clock or so, falling slowly through the 80s, but still very warm and muggy out there. The rain, even though it keeps temperatures down, it's not getting rid of the humidity. The mugginess will continue again tonight and still fairly humid tomorrow. Temperatures by tomorrow back up close to 90 degrees. Will be up in that range, give or take a little bit depending on where you are, because there's still enough moisture around, keeping the clouds around, blocking out the sun for a while, but occasionally you get a little hole in the clouds and then the temperature spikes up to about 90 in some areas. But upper 80s to near 90 or so really the next couple of days during the afternoon hours. Showers across Texas, but no really widespread heavy rain now. We had the heavier rain. Oscar told you about the flooding. That's kind of subsided, but the floodwaters continue, but the heavy rain has ended. Future track shows a cold front, a weak cold front, not a strong one, but a weak one. It keeps getting weaker and weaker. You're kind of just gradually moving into the area during the daytime tomorrow. So still some showers or a couple of storms along that front possible during the day, and that front tries to get through the area. You see by tomorrow afternoon it's barely moving, and maybe by tomorrow night it finally gets to the south, but with it still in the area, there could be a couple showers or storm really anytime tomorrow and tomorrow evening. And then once the front moves through, you see things don't really clear out in a hurry. So Saturday may be a day when it kind of looks partly to mostly cloudy, and you might occasionally get a light rain shower or two, but most of the day probably dry. And then by Sunday, I think things may dry out. You see the rain is very close by though, so there's still a chance for maybe a quick little shower or two, but rain chances going down 40% tomorrow, 30% on Saturday, 10% on Sunday, but then could begin to climb again back to around 30 to 40% by early next week. So first 1-5-70 forecast, no real hot days, but no really cold days either. Highs in the upper 80s to near 90 most days, the lows in the 70s. We may see a small dip in the humidity and temperatures by Saturday and Sunday, but not much. And then any rain will help cool temperatures next week too, as the rain chances come back up again by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll keep watching for more rain headed your way in your first 1-5 forecast coming up.